KIMA Action News starts now.
KIMA obtained video of last week's SWAT team shootout near Sela. The video shows Jesse Humphrey being shot to death by a few officers outside his RV. Good evening, everyone. It was last Friday we brought you the breaking news on the standoff on Rushmore Road. Now we have the video police tried to track down themselves. It arrived at our station anonymously in a small package with a handwritten note. After watching it ourselves, we knew it was our responsibility to turn it over to police. These are the final moments of Jesse Humphrey's life. He'd been in a standoff with police for more than an hour. Shots were exchanged and backup was called. Now 50 officers on the scene. It appears about 8 or 9 were closing in on him. Police threw a flash grenade into the RV. Moments later, Humphrey came out of the side door. He was wanted for stealing a cell phone and possibly a car. Humphrey ended up flat on the ground. Now watch as Humphrey's right arm seems to move forward in a throwing motion. The officers move closer. There's some verbal exchange. Now officers are feet away. Humphrey seems to flail his arms. We stop the video right before the fatal shots are fired. The video we watched shows Humphrey hit a few times. The video was dropped by a man who wouldn't give his name and only left a small package at our front desk. It had a flash drive and a short note. This is the DVR footage the police want so bad. I wanted to confirm the video was real, so I drove to the shootout location on South Rushmore Road. I spotted the house that seemed to be the likely source of the video and noticed surveillance cameras outside. Someone on the property was aware the video existed, but surprised I had it. They confirmed it was recorded there. Knowing this was police evidence, I contacted Yakima Police, the Yakima County Sheriff's Office, and Washington State Patrol. We invited officers from each department to watch the video.
He's shooting from inside.
Each agency viewed it. Captain Greg Copeland with YPD commented on what he saw.
I hadn't seen the video. I actually didn't know that the video had existed, but it is helpful to watch the video.
This portion of video is the end of what police say had been a standoff that lasted hours. They say Humphrey fired hundreds of rounds before he ended up on the ground outside his home. Then there's the final confrontation. So what about the right arm movement?
He initially threw a stick at them, which I don't know what purpose that really served.
And those last few steps before the final shots. Humphrey was flat on his stomach. Police felt their lives were at stake. Captain Copeland says he was reaching for a gun in his pants when he was shot.
Is there any chance he was trying to get himself up at that point?
I don't think so, because otherwise he would have thrown the little stick at the officers and then tried to access the pistol that he had underneath him.
Okay, so there was a pistol underneath him that was found at the scene?
There was, yes. And by the way, the rifle that he'd been using for most of the night was actually within about 3 feet of him at the same time as well.
We handed over all the video to Washington State Patrol, who is handling the investigation and will determine whether deadly force was justified. A few things I want to point out here. The coroner confirmed today Humphrey was shot between 3 and 8 times. You might also have noticed there was no sound on the recording. It came to our office that way. Finally, the discrepancy on the video regarding the time. It indicates all of this happened after 6 p.m. We know the shooting took place earlier than that. It's our belief the time wasn't reset after the switch from daylight saving to standard time and was off by an hour.